When most people think of a Himalayan road trip, they picture something very specific. Empty roads, pristine ridges, zero crowds, just you and the mountains. But the reality is that the most famous spots have been deeply developed for over a century. Look at this historical aerial shot of Shimla. You can see the dense ridges of settlement established long before modern tourism even started. Today, those hubs are heavily paved, fully commercialized, and packed. This is the plaza outside Christchurch in Shimla. It's beautiful, but it's not the solitary wilderness you might be looking for. Those empty, untouched frontiers absolutely still exist in Himachal Pradesh, but they are hidden behind a massive wall of logistical friction. Let's map this out. The chart plots logistical difficulty against tourist density. Shimla and Manali sit in the bottom left. Zero effort, but massive crowds. Up in the top right, Solang Pass offers total isolation, but the physical effort is immense. You have to make a choice. You can settle for the compromised piece of a developed hill station, or you can trade your safety margins for the raw isolation of the frontier. Let's start with the middle ground, places like Palampur or Kasol. If your goal is finding some peace without risking your rental car, this is your tier. The input required here is simple. You book a standard hotel online and you drive there on smooth paved state highways. The outcome is a highly manageable environment. You wake up to the manicured tea gardens of Palampur, with gazebos and clear views of snow-capped peaks. Nature is right outside your door, without a grueling hike. You walk down to the shallow waters of the Bias River, surrounded by thick tree lines. You also keep your safety net. If you get a flat tire or need to pull cash from an ATM or want to make a call, the infrastructure is there to support you. You get sanitized serenity. You successfully dodge the meta crowds of Manali, but you forfeit the chance to see the raw, ancient culture deeper in the mountains. Now let's look at the hardcore alternative, the Solang Pass circuit into Pangi Valley. This route flowchart tracks the journey from Keelong or Chamba, over the Solang Pass and into Pangi. With each node you pass, modern infrastructure vanishes. The physical danger is constant. You aren't cruising on asphalt. You navigate unpaved, narrow cliffside roads at high altitude, where one mistake has severe consequences. There are no ATMs here, no luxury resorts. You are entirely dependent on local government buses, with drivers who know every inch of the rock, or your own high-clearance four-wheel drive. At the end of the day, you aren't checking into a suite. You're trying to secure a basic government rest house, or relying entirely on the hospitality of the locals to let you sleep in their homes. The payoff is reaching villages so completely cut off from the rest of India, the Tramba Kingdom historically used them as sites for exile. You get to see completely untouched landscapes and traditional wood and stone architecture that hasn't been adapted or sanitized for tourists. Surviving the Solang Pass is a direct transaction. Extreme physical risk and deep discomfort are the mandatory currency you pay to buy genuine isolation. If the driving risks seem too high, you can head to places like the Meeyar Valley. Here, you swap vehicular danger for intense physical exertion. The road literally ends at a village called Shukto. From there, your only option is your own 2 feet, hiking completely off the grid. This elevation chart compares a standard hill station against Meeyar Valley's trekking routes. The massive physical toll requires serious fitness and acclimatization. The timeline below shows weather dictates a very narrow window where these altitudes are survivable. You have to choose your friction. Do you go in August during the monsoon, or wait for the shoulder season in October? If you go in August, you get lush, green valleys, but you also face constant, life-threatening landslides that wash out roads and block passes for days. In October, roads are clear, but you'll spend your nights shivering in remote, unheated wooden homestays while high-speed winds rip snow off the roof. Frontier travel is never comfortable. You are simply choosing which type of discomfort, intense exertion, summer landslides, or freezing cold, you prefer to endure. The absolute rule of traveling in Himachal Pradesh is this: isolation is purchased directly with your physical comfort. This decision tree helps map out what you should actually do based on your primary constraint. If your priority is a predictable bed, safety, and an easy drive, follow the time and comfort branch. Book a trip to Shimla or Manali. If you fall into this category, do not attempt the Solang Pass. The frontier is not a casual detour. If you want safety that refuse crowds, follow this branch to the secondary hubs. Palampur or Kasol give you exactly what you need. But if you demand total isolation, follow the final branch to the Pangi or Miar valleys. Going here requires a specific mindset. You prep your four-wheel drive, you carry physical cash, and you accept that when Google Maps goes completely blank, you are exactly where you are supposed to be. You need to accurately assess your capabilities before you pack, because in the Himalayas, the specific friction you